Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us on our virtual fundraiser for 2022. My name is Victor Ayara. I know you have never seen me before, but I am more than delighted to be a part of this remarkably impactful program. And I'm standing in for my big brother, Kunle Oguneye, who you probably tuned in to see today. But I will try to step in and do the job that needs to be done. What are we doing today? This is Pocket of Promise, bringing you an opportunity to be part of something that is meaningful, of something that is with a purpose, of something that changes lives. India, Ghana, Uganda, Nepal. What do these countries have in common? These are the countries that Pockets of Promise has left indelible footprints. Footprints in the area of helping children. Since 2013, this Georgia nonprofit has been helping children from disadvantaged backgrounds, children in very impoverished backgrounds and communities to have a meal in their tummies. You might take it for granted when you go to the grocery store and you buy that food and you come and you make a meal for your family. But it is not the same thing for so many families across the world. And sometimes people say things like, if you, how much can you really do? Let me tell you a little story. This is a story about a man who saw some endangered species of fish. These fish were being thrown out of the water to the shore where they were dying in numbers. And when the man saw this fish, he decided to throw the fish one by one back into the ocean. Some people saw this man and started laughing. Some people were even mocking at him. How many can you throw? How many can you save, Mr. Savior? You want to be the good man, the good Samaritan. And the man said, he picked up one fish and he threw it back in the ocean and said, I just made a difference with one. Tonight, I will invite you to join us to make a difference with one. Make a room for one more in your heart. It is not a scarcity of resources. It's about love. It's about the heart of giving. And so, if you have never been part of something like this, I want to encourage you tonight to be a part of the promise of helping families in need, children who without your help would go without food. For those of us that have children, I have three of my own, I can never imagine at any time, that they would go without food. So the same thing applies. These children in the countries where Pockets of Promise has left footprints and continues to do so since 2013. Check it out. Almost 10 years now. We implore you, we beg of you, we ask you to be part of this, whether as a one-time donor or a sustaining member. It is not hard to do so. We're going to give you all of the details on how to do that. But in the meantime, just so you see what it looks like in terms of the work that Pockets of Promise is doing, I would like to ask you to get a seat, grab your favorite beverage and sit down. Take a look at this video captured in two of our centers where children are being fed and where they are able to get the nutrition and the nourishment that they need so that they can grow, so that they can learn. All right, sir, thank you so much for joining us. If you're just joining us, and for standing by and for staying with us. Uh, you see what we're talking about here. It's really about getting the most fundamental human need met, to meet the need of feeding. A lot of times we're worrying about buying the next house or buying the next car, or getting to Macy's and all of these fancy stores and just acquiring stuff. But there are people who can barely feed. And so I'm going to ask you tonight, we are looking for your participation in this project, which from 2013 till date has fed over 550 children. Think about that number. That is the number, 550 children in Uganda, in Nepal, in India, and in Ghana have been beneficiaries of the Pockets of Promise, help in getting them food. And so to be part of this program tonight, please text POP Gala. That is P like Papa, O like Oscar, P like Papa, Gala to 44321. That is POP Gala, one word, to 44321. And whatever amount you are looking to give tonight, it is going to be well spent. It is going to be used judiciously and prudentially to feed these children, and also to create not just feeding them, but also to, like you have seen, they have fun. Give them a sense of belonging. So tonight we ask you, if you're going to do a one-time donation, our target for tonight, I have been reliably informed, is $25,000. So what part of that amount can you give tonight? If you want to say, hey, I'm writing a check of $25,000, I mean, we would have met our goal for tonight. So whatever you are, whatever God touches your heart to give, please give generously, and let's continue the work that Pockets of Promise has been doing over the years. And if you're just joining us and wondering why feeding, well, to be honest with you, a lot of children, the United Nations has said this. Even here in the US, there has been statistics, I don't want to misquote it, that says that a lot of children go to bed hungry across the world. Think about that. This is a stark reality of many families, especially in the communities and the countries that Pockets of Promise has decided since 2013 to intervene. This is 100%. Whatever you give, 100% goes to these children. Pockets of Promise is doing this out of altruism, selflessness. There is nothing that we are, there's nothing other than getting the help to the people that need the help. So please text POP Gala to 44321. That is the number to text to tonight to be a part of this very wonderful initiative. As the program goes on, we'll show you a couple of videos that would tell you where your help goes. All the donations that we've received over the years, when I say we, I'm talking about Pockets of Promise. All the donations they've received over the years, it actually goes directly to changing lives. I don't know about you, but I feel really good when I'm able to do something great for someone. That feeling, then you go back home, and when you lie down to sleep and you remember a kind deed, and you remember an act of kindness, an act of selflessness that you did, it is a blessing. It is a blessing. The Bible says that the poor will always be in our midst. We cannot wish them away. We cannot push them away. What can we do? We can pay it forward. We can step up. We can be, those people that said, I am going to make a difference in the life of a child. I am going to make a difference in the life of children. Pockets of Promise creates that platform, a credible platform, as I like to add it, because a lot of people are out there who do not have the best interests of these children at heart, who are, siphoning funds and doing different kinds of things. But this has been a steady track record over the last 9 years of Pockets of Promise since 2013, helping these children. By next year, it's going to be 10 years of helping children to meet the very, very basic need of life: food. Feeding is a problem for some families. As I speak to you, there are children who are going to bed hungry tonight. There are families who are not sure where the next meal is going to come from. In some cases, you might even have the children are asked to take part in school to go and learn. But can you really learn on an empty stomach? No, you cannot. And that is why we implore you. That is why we solicit your help tonight. For you to have been here, it means that you care about these children as we do. So please text your donation. Text POP Gala to 44321. POP Gala to 44321. That is how you take part in this. A lot of people are already making those contributions. I can see a couple of people. Abenagia C. Thank you so much. Ashok and Ritu, thank you so much. Shakrani and Rajiv Mehta, thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you for your donations. We truly appreciate you, and we are seeing how that those contributions are adding up. But we still have a long way to go. But the only thing that we don't have is time. So please, if you want to jump on your phone and make that donation tonight, you are touching the lives of people that you may never meet in your life. But guess what? Any of these children, there is none of them who does not deserve of kindness, who is not deserving of love, who is not deserving of help. And that is the reason why we reach out to you tonight. Whatever it is that you're able to give for us to meet the $25,000 amount that we have set as a target. When we showed the video of the feeding, you probably have seen how much these monies are distributed in the different centers that Pockets of Promise is running across the 4 countries. You can be part of this. See beyond one need. See beyond one need. That's what we're talking about tonight. And we implore you, we ask you to open that wallet and think about these children as we have done in the last 9 years. And for those of you who have consistently been donors and been supporters, we just want to say a big thank you. You don't get anything but blessings from helping children. You don't get anything but blessings from God, and you don't get anything from apart from the feeling, that feeling of knowing that because of you, a child is not going to sleep hungry tonight. Because of your donation, a family is going to, benefit from this. The children that we feed, we are setting them up for success. Because if they stop going to school because of hunger, then there is a problem. They cannot be productive. They cannot rise up to live their full potential. You never can tell. I'm just going to borrow a leaf from my big brother, Kunle, who said that some of the children that we are feeding in these programs might turn out to be the next prime minister, might turn out to be the next governor, the next policy, public figure, or somebody in a position to say that Pockets of Promise changed my life. As basic as food is, especially given the way things are right now, we're looking at inflation, right? And this is not just in the United States, all over the world. Food prices have risen in so many ways. Families are struggling. So please, please, and please, we want to reach out to you. We want to encourage you to do this either as a one-time donor or as a continuous donor. If you text POP Gala to 44321, you are making a difference. You are changing a life. We will go on and show you another video, but this time around, we want to show you a video of our children. It's not just learning in the classroom. People say that there is formal and there's informal learning. And a lot of other people also say that traveling is part of education, going to see things and see places. Apart from giving to these children, Pockets of Promise also ensures that these children have a quality of life and they get to enjoy their childhood by organizing excursions for these children. Here is a video of one of such excursions in our centers.
In after school program, I have learned good habits. My favorite is English. I will be an engineer. We love you, donors and sponsors. I feel very happy in this program.
In after school program, I have learned English. My favorite program is Hooked and Phonics and Games. I will be a police. I feel very happy in this program. Thank you.
In after school program, I have learned good habits. My favorite is social. I will be a doctor. We love you, donors and sponsors. I feel very happy in this program.
Hi, Princess. My name from Adentum, Ghana. Thank you, Pockets of Promise and Hooked on Phonics, because through this program, I am now able to read storybooks and also write on essays on my own. Thank you.
Hello, sponsors and donors. I'm Abigail from Enion ICT class. I feel so privileged and humbled to have received this help from you. More words cannot express how thankful I am, but where words fall short, I will make up for it with doing well in school. Thank you for your support.
All right. People, thank you so much for staying with us, and for if you're just joining us, it is the virtual fundraiser. And oh wow, look at those beautiful children and listen to them. I mean, there's nothing that beats the joy of knowing that you are making a difference. They are happy, they are having fun, they are having food in their stomachs thanks to you. This is as important as anything that you have ever done. Trust me, you may not realize this, but several years down the line, you will look back and say, I am glad I was able to partner with Pockets of Promise. And on that note, I just want to thank a couple of our donors who have been making their donations: Edward, Cynthia, Sandra, Rohit, and Pooja, Jolene, Kwesi, Abena, Ashok, Rajiv. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. You are making a difference in the lives of these children. We just want to appreciate you. And I've also been reliably informed that there is a matching donation of $5,000. So it means that right now we're at $10,000. If we, and when, not if, I take that back. When we get to 15,000, we are going to get a matching donation of $5,000, which is going to push us to 20,000, and of course closer to our $25,000 target for tonight. We just want to thank all of you for taking the time, and of course there is what is the word? Pictures don't lie, videos don't lie. You are seeing the direct beneficiaries of your help. You are seeing the direct beneficiaries of your love and support over the years. We just want to thank you, because obviously it's not everybody who can do what you're doing. So you who are doing this, you are a special person. If you're doing this as a family, you are a special family. And where everything fails, love remains. Love in your heart for these children that you have never met. Love in your heart for these children that may never be able to give you back in any way. But just believing in our humanity, and just believing that every child deserves to have food in their tummies, that is powerful enough. And we want to thank you. We want to thank you profoundly for doing what you're doing. And if you're just still trying to figure out, how can I be part of this? Go on to pick up your phone and text POP Gala to 44321. Now, what is going to happen is that when you text POP Gala to 44321, a link will automatically come to your phone. And when you click on that secure link, it will take you to the portal where you can make that donation. It is very simple. The steps are: pick up your phone with cheerfulness in your heart. Remember that God loves a cheerful giver. Pick up your phone with cheerfulness. Pick up your phone with happiness, with joy, that you are going to make a difference tonight in the life of a child or children. Pick up that phone and go to where you go to your text message and type POP Gala, all caps, to 44321. Once you do that, a link will be sent to your phone automatically. And when you click on that link, don't worry about it. It is a secure link. It is going to take you to the portal where you are going to choose the amount that you want to donate. And if you also want to be a sustaining member or a one-time donor, whatever you choose, there are no pressures. We do not pressurize you. We thank you first and foremost for even watching and for being part of this. But also remember that something is at stake tonight. $5,000 of matching donation. $5,000 of matching donation. Yes, someone is going to, the moment we get to 15,000, we are currently at $10,160. It means that we still have a long way to go. But guess what? Once we get to 15,000, we are going to get 5,000 being matched to the 5,000, to the 15,000. That's going to go take it up to 20,000. So thank you so much for those of you who are doing this. I've been very, very proud of what has been achieved. Take a look at it from 2013, 9 years. That's a long time. 9 years of doing good work. 9 years of spreading smiles. 9 years of helping lives. 9 years of making a difference. That is what Pockets of Promise is all about. And we cannot do this without your help, which is why every year we come back to you and say, please do not be tired of helping these children. And the children that you help, if you think about it from 2013, because of your donations, some of these children have been able to do well in school. Some of these children have been able to get, to get to be who they are supposed to be. You probably would not understand if you have never been in poverty. For those of us who came, I came from Africa, I came from Nigeria, and even though we did not struggle, but there were times that we struggled. I have relatives still in Nigeria today who are struggling. I know what the rumble of an empty stomach sounds like. I know what it means for a child not to have anything. I know what it means for a child to pick up that book and try to read and they don't have food in their stomach. But tonight, because of you, that child is being helped. Those children are being helped in Nepal, in India, in Ghana, and in Uganda. So please pick up your phone and text POP Gala to 44321. POP Gala to 44321. And of course, you're going to get a link. With that link, you'll be able to make a donation. It could be a one-time donation for which we are grateful. It could also be a sustaining donation. It could be something that you decide to give on a monthly basis. As you do this, we want to thank you. And for those of you who have never heard of this initiative, Pockets of Promise has been in existence since 2013. And over 550 children have so far been impacted. That is a large number. And it's still going on. 550 and still counting. That is the power of love. That is the power of love that you share. That is the power of love that you have for these children. So please do not hesitate to pick up your phone and let us continue making a difference. And with that, we still have a lot of other things lined up for you. We're going to have a conversation later on with one of the founders of this laudable initiative, someone who is working tirelessly to make sure that she is touching lives and that this program is meeting the needs of the very, very people for which it was established. The less privileged, the disadvantaged, the poorest of the poor, those who cannot afford. You and I, thank God, we're not in that place. But because we're not in that place does not mean that we have to turn our backs on those who are. It does not mean that we have to despise those who are. It doesn't mean that we have to be insensitive to those who are. It doesn't mean that we have to be less concerned about them. And I tell you what, there is a correlation between poverty and crime. A lot of times people don't understand that children who do not have the opportunities in life to be who they're supposed to be, to channel their creative juices, to their creativity, they resort to crime and other things. That is not our children. The children that Pockets of Promise has been helping, those children are doing well. As you can see, as evidence in the videos that we showed, the videos of the feeding centers in Nepal, in India, and Ghana, you can see that those children are thriving thanks to your donations. When we showed you the video of the excursions, they are not children who are timid or children who are, in some kind of environment where they are not doing well. They are growing. They are growing, they are advancing in their studies, and most importantly, they are doing so with food in their stomach. That is what we are talking about tonight. So if you are yet to do it, do not sit on the fence. Do this and go and sleep, and then tell me when next we meet how it feels to be able to help someone. How it feels to be able to give to someone who would never give you back. How it feels to be able to just look at a child and say, because I have enough, because I have been blessed, I will be a blessing to you. So tonight, for those who are giving, remember that you are a conduit of blessings to these children. Some people talk about God, some people talk about angels, some people talk about you are the angel that these children will ever see. Some things are so abstract, but we can make it a reality. We can make it physical by saying tonight, because of this fundraiser, because of what Pockets of Promise is doing, I want to be a part of this. How can I be a part of it? If you write a check of $25,000, trust me, we're going to shut this down because that's our target for tonight. However, I see that we are making progress. Thank you so much for those who are doing the right thing and sending that text message to 44321 POP Gala. Pockets of Promise is POP Gala to 44321. That's the right thing to do tonight. You are doing the right thing, and for this right thing you have done, you will never regret it. The reason I say that is because the money is going 100% into helping these children. The Pockets of Promise organization, or a non-profit, has been credible since 2013. They have been doing this. They know how to meet these children at the point of their needs. In Nepal, in India, in Uganda, and in Ghana. So it's not a question of, okay, what are they going to do with my money? As you can see in the videos, these children are being taken care of. So stay with us and continue to send those donations in. We want to thank everybody, Cynthia, Edward, Henry, Abena, everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And for those who are still sitting on the fence, please do not sit on the fence regarding helping these children. Because to be honest with you, every dollar, every cent counts. It doesn't matter what you give. We are not saying you have to give us everything. But the little you give, it adds up. It adds up in helping these children. Now there is somebody that said, well, it's good to help the children, to give them food and provide an environment for them to run around. But he said, or they said, I don't want to give away whether it was a man or a woman. But this individual said, I am going to do something different for these children. That is the next video that we're going to show you about how somebody decided, somebody like you, it could be you, Someone decided, I'm going to do something different for these children. Let's have a look.
Hello, I am Shiba. From past 7 years, POP is helping poor and needy people in India. Many children who were used to begging are brought to schools with the help of POP. They provided nutritious food, books and school fees. In Mercy Colony, people are living without toilets for past 35 years. We brought this problem to Ajwa Sister's notice. She responded immediately and built toilets for them. Also, they don't have proper drinking water facilities. They walk for 6 kilometers in forest areas to get water from ponds, which are not good for health. Ajwa Sister, with the help of sponsors and donors, they built 2 water tanks. Now people are having few drinking water. Because of poverty, children could not get proper basic necessities like footwear, clothing. POP came across with this and provided the children in Medsi colony with footwear and clothing, which they are very grateful. In Arsipuram, they taken a building for rent and started a after-school program and providing the good nutritious food. Now children are growing in knowledge and growing with good health. And in Puttur, they have built a building for after-school program and providing free nutritious food. The children are now feeling very happy with good teachings and good health. I feel very happy to share this thing with you all. A guy from Medsi colony, his name Chinna Babu, is finished his schooling and going to college now. He is the very first child from that village who is entered into college. This is impossible without POP. The whole village is happy for him. In Odisha state, there are tribal people living in forest without basic amenities such as food, water and shelter. So POP bought a place for them and constructing a building for these people. Many thanks to POP and sponsors and donors and Ajwa sister. People are very grateful to your helps. God bless you all.
Wow. Wow. People are grateful for your help. God bless you all. That's the last thing she said. Did you also notice that she also mentioned that one of the children that has been part of this program is now heading off to college, which of course, corroborates what I said earlier. That every child that you are giving, donating to help out, that you are making a big difference in their lives. So, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I just want to thank all of you for being part of this initiative. And if you're still sitting on the fence, you know what to do. Currently, we are heading towards the $5,000 matching donation, which we are not yet there. We still have a few thousands to get to 15,000 in order to have access to that. But as we do that, there's another video that I'm going to present to you. And this has to do with the fact that sometimes people would say things like, I can't really give because I don't have. Wait for this. When you watch this video, you're going to have a change of mind. Well, when we come back from watching that video, I would be presenting Ajwa. Ajwa is from Ghana and lives here in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And she and her husband, Ernest, and 3 boys, they are both into, the IT profession by day, but their heart is in helping people. They are the co-founders of Pockets of Promise. Ajwa would be giving us some insights and, of course, talking to us about this program that has changed the lives of so many children. But before she comes, so the next person you would see on this seat is going to be Ajwa. I'm just going to tell you that I'm not going away, but I'll be stepping aside for a few minutes. But in the meantime, take a look at this video.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Bido, for support. So much. May God bless you. Thank you for supporting our program in India. Thank you, Mr.
Wow, wow, wow. Did you see the dance of the children when they received those shoes? I bet you I was the same way when I was younger. Every time that you see a need and you're able to meet that need, there is a blessing that comes with it. We just want to thank Daniel and 𝘮𝘰𝘭𝘭𝘰𝘸 for donating those shoes. If you've been watching the videos from when we started on the hour, and there's anything that you notice and you say, how can I help these children? Please do so. Reach out to us. Some of the children, if you saw in our earlier videos, they didn't have shoes, but you can see colorful shoes, sneakers to sandals to dress shoes, whatever you can give to these children. Helping them gives you, it will give you joy that you cannot measure. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are still trying to get to claim that 5,000 match, but we can't do it if you don't text POP Gala to 44321 right now. And as I mentioned earlier, there are two people who founded this non-profit who have dedicated their lives to helping these children. And even though they are doing very well for themselves, they could not just look away. And those are 𝘮𝘰𝘭𝘭𝘰𝘪𝘢 and Henry, who I would be bringing 𝘮𝘰𝘭 on the set after this short video. She is going to speak to us and she's going to give us some insight into what POP is doing and what they're trying to do. And by the way, you might have noticed that there are after school buildings across all the centers. This is not it is not something that you can do if you don't spend a lot of money. So they're spending a lot of money, and thanks to you who are donating. Please keep those donations coming. We're going to take this video, and after that, I'm going to invite 𝘮𝘮𝘭. 𝘮𝘮𝘭 is going to be here, and she is going to speak to us. Don't go anywhere.
Hi everyone, my name is Val and I'm in Ghana. Many of you know around the world, countries are still dealing with the economic effects of COVID and inflation is very high. With so many suffering, you might be thinking, how can I make an impact on the world around me? I want to share with you, with as little as $5, you can make a difference. And let me give you some examples. Many people grab a cup of coffee on their way to work. Let's say the cup of coffee costs $5. Right now, that same $5 can feed 20 children for one day in the after-school programs in Ghana. 2.5 cups of coffee can feed 52 children for one day. And 8 cups of coffee can buy one 50-kilo bag of rice, 110 pounds. Pockets of Promise knows the children who attend their after-school programs come hungry. They know children can't focus on learning if their belly is empty. Because of that, Pockets of Promise provides food to children who attend their programs. By donating today, you can make a difference. No donation is too small. $5 can and does go a long way. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm so sorry. I have a cold, and so I'm going to try to make it through without coughing. But I am going to I just want to say a big thank you to all of you for the support over the years. I want to thank you for taking time out of your Thursday evening to join us and to watch the incredible things that the children are doing. I also want to thank the team, the Pockets of Promise team. It really takes it takes the whole village. It takes a village to make this happen. It takes a whole team, people that you don't see. We have a big volunteer team here in the U.S. and also in India, in Ghana, Uganda, and Nepal, who are all working hard to make these children's lives better and Thank you so much to our donors. You guys are incredible. All these things you saw on the video, we would not have been able to achieve any of them without your donation. And so I just want to say thank you. Um, Tonight, I want to push, I'm doing a $5 campaign, $5 a month campaign. I want each of you, there's some of you that are currently monthly donors, and I will say thank you. But if you are not a monthly donor, I want you to consider being a monthly donor. You can start as low as $5 a month, and that $5 a month can feed two children. I mean, it can feed a child for 2 weeks. But if you up your donation to $25, you actually be feeding two children for an entire month. And if you up your donation to $50 a month, then you're going to be feeding four children for 4 children each month. So, for as little as $5 or $50, you can make such a difference. And with the rise in inflation costs, like our families cannot afford it. Like if a child that was getting 50 cents a day and last year is still getting that same 50 cents, but that 50 cents is worth 3 cents. And so they come to our after school program hungry and want to be able to continue to feed them. But the cost is just astronomical for us. And so in order to fulfill our promise of not, a child not going hungry or starving, we need to raise money. It's going to cost us about $40,000 in 2023 to feed these 550 children. And so I want to encourage you, for $5 a month, $10 a month, $25 a month, or $50 a month, you can actually ensure that we are feeding these kids, that they're not going to bed hungry. So join us. You can text Pop Gala, POPGALA, to 44321, and the link that comes up, you have an option to select any of these amounts, $5, $25, or $50. You can select any of these amounts and say that, I want to help this child. We also have the sponsorship program. When you go on our website, www.pocketsofpromise.org, you go to meet the children. You can see the lovely faces of all children who are awaiting sponsors. You can read their story and say that, I want to sponsor this child, and I want to watch the child grow. Many of you here are sponsors, and thank you for your sponsorship. That is making a difference in the lives of these kids. Your sponsorship helps to, it pays for their school fees. It feeds them. It provides them with health. Whenever they have a health challenge and go to hospital, it's like that's what feeds them. I also want to share about some incredible stories of these children. It's like every time I get a video from our team in either Ghana or India or Uganda or Nepal, sometimes it makes me cry to see the difference that we are all making in their lives. You saw the story of 𝘮𝘭𝘭𝘰𝘨 in India. He's the first person in his village to go to school, to go to college. Actually, to go to school. Now we have, because of Pockets of Promise, the younger children are now going to school. But until Pockets of Promise went to that village in 2017, 𝘮𝘭𝘭𝘰𝘨 was the only person that was going to school. But he was about to drop out because his parents could not afford to keep him in school. So we stepped in and paid for him to finish schooling. And he did incredibly well. And now he's in college. 𝘮𝘭𝘭𝘰𝘨 needs a sponsor. There are things that he needs. I mean, coming from such a poor village, he needs he doesn't even have good clothes to go to school with, right? So he wears the same clothes. we can bless him with a laptop. He needs, he has so many needs that a sponsor, he can step in and say, I want to sponsor this bright young man so that he can fulfill his dream of being whatever it is he wants to be. This year we started our after school program in Nepal, in a remote village up in the mountains of Nepal. And these are children that lived in the jungles and come from very poor families. And through our after school program now they're learning to read, they're learning their alphabets, their colors, and also they are getting regular meals each time they come. Pockets of Promise has made such a difference in this small village in Nepal. We're making a difference in Ghana as well. I asked the team to tell me something that stood out for them, give me that I could share with you all. And Val, our director in Ghana, was like, I want them to know that Pockets Promise is not just feeding and educating these kids. They're also giving them values, teaching them how to be respectful and how to take care of other people's property. So in August, we brought together 300 children to Valerie's home. And she said that the children were so respectful, they were so clean, and that at the end of the event, it didn't even look like anyone had been there because they were respectful of her property. They made sure that they didn't litter, they didn't break anything. And and if you know a bit about kids, they can be rowdy, they can be rambunctious and break stuff. But these kids were so respectful, they were so kind to each other. There was no fighting, no bickering. They all had very good manners. And this is one thing that the team strives to do, to teach them how to comport themselves when they are outside. And we hear from their teachers. Their teachers tell us that we know who the Pockets of Promise kids are, because they are the kids who are paying attention, who are quiet, who are being good, and of course who are getting the best grades. And when we hear stories of that, it's like, it's not just like to my benefit, or but it's all of us. Like, we all have made that difference in the kids' lives. So I'm just going to end here by saying, thank you for all you do, and continue to stand with us, continue to support us. And to my team, my volunteers, thank you for all you do. I know you're in the background and you're working so hard, but thank you and God bless you. Now I'm supposed to introduce the next video. So we have a phenomenal pianist who, once he heard of the work that Pockets of Promise does, was like, I want to bless them, or you guys, your donors, with a song that I composed. So that's the next video that's coming. It's by Emmanuel Songsaw, playing a musical piece for us.
My name is Emmanuel Songsaw. I'm originally from Ghana, but based in Woodstock, Ontario, in Canada. Pockets of Promise, thank you so much for inviting me to share my music with you. I'm primarily an improvisational musician, so I have no formal training in music. I've just put 2 songs together for this specific purpose. So the first song is called Cry for Help, and the second song is called I Will Respond. The first song is basically saying that there are people all across our world who are crying out for help and in great need. And the second song is a song of commitment that says that when we see these needs, we'll respond to the best of our ability. And I believe this is what Pocket of Promise is doing all over the world, doing a lot of amazing work in Ghana, Uganda, and India. And so thank you so much again for the invitation. It's a great honor and privilege.
hello. Thank you so much for staying with us. It's been a wonderful time. Of course, you've heard from Ajua. Of course, it's something that we appreciate about this is that no matter where you are in your journey of life, there's nothing that is small. You can be a part of this. Someone just made a song for the children about all of this. Someone gave shoes. Others are giving money. What will you be giving us tonight? POP Gala to 44321. That's what you need to do. Send that text and you get a link to contribute, to donate tonight for Pocket of Promise to continue to touch the lives of these children. And if you are wondering how you can get the shoes, of course you can always reach out. If you have things like shoes you want to send as well, you're looking at those children in some of the videos, they're running around barefoot, and you think you want to take part in it, please reach out to us. And also, like one of our speakers said, it's just a cup of coffee. Think about how much a cup of coffee costs and how that could actually change a life, whether in Uganda, whether in Ghana, whether in Nepal, whether in India. So please do the right thing and help us out here. We haven't been able to get our $5,000 matching funds, but we are going to keep this open. I am just going to go away, but I know that you will do the right thing. And even though we are, we may bring the broadcast to an end at some point with me leaving the studio, it does not mean that you have to stop doing what you have always done, supporting us. So text POP Gala to 44321. POP Gala to 44321. We want to thank Victoria, Clegg, Emmanuel. We want to thank Ritesh and Dita. We want to thank Clarissa. We want to thank Henry and every other person who has been able to dip into their pockets, into their wallets, into their accounts, and make a donation to help children tonight. I want to thank all of you for joining us on this broadcast and being part of this fundraiser in 2022. My name is Victor Ayara, and if you don't see me again, know that I would also be making those donations along with you. You're not alone in this. There is so much that we can do together. You have seen the buildings going up for after school hours for those kids to have a place where there is extreme weather like sun or rain. They still have a place where they can go and be fed, where they can go and play with their friends, where they can go and just be children. How amazing is that? So we want to continue to encourage you to do this and help these children out. Regardless of where you are, it doesn't matter how little or small, your gifts of $1, your gift of $1 million, your gift of $20,000, it goes a long way. And we just want to thank all of you who have been part of the program from the beginning, who are still there. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors, to all of our donors, to all of our volunteers all over the countries where Pockets of Promise is doing a great work. Until I come your way again, if my big brother Kunle allows me, then I want to thank all of you for allowing me to be part of this. It's been a privilege and an honor to be part of this broadcast today. Thank you.
second song is a song of commitment that says that when we see these needs, we'll respond to the best of our ability. And I believe this is what Pocket of Promise is doing all over the world, doing a lot of amazing work in Ghana, Uganda, and India. And so thank you so much again for the invitation. It's a great honor and privilege.
Thank you.